going on, everybody? My name is Michael Weer, and this is my movie review for the movie John Wick Chapter 3. Now, John Wick Chapter 3 is the third movie in the John Wick franchise. You have John Wick Chapter 1 and John Wick Chapter 2. This is the third movie, and it is definitely the most violent. In fact, it makes the other movies look like they're PG movies. It's that violent. How's the rest of the movie? Well, let's do the review. So guys, the movie John Wick Chapter 3 is directed by Chad Stahelski. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I could be wrong. I'm real bad with last names. But anyway, it stars Keanu Reeves as the title character, John Wick. And the last time we left John Wick, he was running for his life. He just killed a member of the High Table at a hotel that is not allowed to happen in their assassin world. You're not allowed to kill a member of the High Table, and you can't kill on hotel grounds. And he did both of those things, so he's running for his life. The next person of note in this movie is Lawrence Fishburne, who reprises his role as the Bowery King. Last time we saw him, he was, kind of helping John Wick. I think he gave him 7 bullets, and so, that was kind of his role in the second one. He's like, no one else will help you. Here's 7 bullets from me, the homeless king. And that's kind of how I saw him. It's like the top of the homeless guys. But he actually has a throne in this movie. You get to see it, and when you do see it, it's pretty cool. The other person of note in this movie is Halle Berry. Halle Berry plays an ex-assassin and now hotel owner. Not in America, she's like a hotel owner in another country, and of course it's a hotel for assassins. That's how she fits into this world. She adds to this movie in a way that she was unable to add to the Kingsman sequel. In Kingsman Golden Circle, I was like, okay, Halle Berry, this might work out. She added nothing to the movie. She wasn't necessarily bad, didn't really add to the movie. Kind of a wasted character. But in this movie, she adds to the movie, and she has one of the best scenes in the entire movie. And finally, guys, Ian McShane reprises his role, and it's the second review this year where I've talked about Ian McShane. He also had a part in Hellboy. In fact, to be honest with you guys, he kind of was Hellboy's dad, and in this movie, he's kind of like John Wick's father figure, if we're being honest. So he's back in this movie, and he's doing his thing. So guys, John Wick Chapter 3, John Wick, like I said before, is on the run. The second movie ended with John Wick given 1 hour from Ian McShane's character, Winston, to run. He's like, you have 1 hour, and then I have to excommunicate you, and there's going to be a $14 million bounty on your head. Every assassin in the world is going to want to try to get it, and sure enough, every assassin in the world wants to get it. This leads John Wick to 2 things. 1, realizing there are repercussions for all of his actions, and 2, there might be a way out of this, and he has to try to find that way out of it, even if it means going above the High Table, which I didn't even think was possible. I thought that was the highest. That's really all I can tell you about this movie as far as John Wick's character is concerned, because I don't want to spoil anything for you guys. A lot of things happen in this movie outside of just the violence that if I told you, they would be considered major spoilers. So that's pretty much all of the preview, and so I'm not going to give you any more than the previews give you. I will talk about things I liked about this movie. I already touched on the violence at the very beginning of this video. I cannot stress enough how violent this movie is, but how awesome the violence is. There's a scene with a book. There's a scene with armor-piercing rounds, and there is a scene with dogs. That's all I can say. Those 3 scenes are my 3 favorite in that order. Book scene, armor-piercing round scene, and dogs. But I don't want to tell you what happens with those scenes. They are just so great. Another thing I loved about this movie, the acting overall from everyone involved in this movie, well, I think is spot on. And while a lot of people knock Keanu Reeves for the way he acts, he fits the role of John Wick so well. He's so believable as just this assassin that just wants a normal life. He wants to get away from the assassin life, but he can't. People keep bringing him back. Cinematography in this movie is another plus, and I don't talk about this enough in movie reviews, but the way they filmed this, the lighting, the colors on the screen, the bright purples and blues throughout the streets really pop, and maybe they pop more in the theater. I feel like in part 2 they pop more in the theater, because when I watch it on my TV at home, while I love the home experience, it's just not the same as seeing it in IMAX, and so I think that had something to do with it, but just the way they filmed it, I was a big fan of. Guys, if I'm talking about things I disliked about the movie, while I said the violence is awesome, as far as storyline goes, it's not that the storyline isn't there, because there is a story within the movie, but there isn't enough story within the movie. It's just like, this is going to be a footnote in the chapters of John Wick. Like, I feel like the next movie may have more story, may have more to it. While this movie has some, you pretty much, you get a small contained movie. Like, with part 1, it was like, oh, that was a complete movie, you don't need any more. And they were like, we're making a chapter 2, and I was like, I want to see what more this world has to offer. And then part 2 opened all this world up, and you saw all the different assassins and the hotels and different countries. And this movie, well, yes, there are more assassins and there are other countries. It seems small because the scope of the story is so small. Literally, in this movie, he is just trying to do one thing, redeem himself in the eyes of the High Table, and by the end of the movie, I can't give away what happens, but that's all. You don't really have too many other things happening throughout this movie. That's the main driven storyline. To me, it was just a little irritating that we waited 2 years for this, and I feel like, okay, now I've got to wait for Chapter 4. Cool. And I could talk about Chapter 4 because I'm filming this review after they announced online that they're making Chapter 4. I didn't know Chapter 4 was happening until the end of this movie. I assumed this was John Wick's final chapter, and then there's a Chapter 4. And again, this movie wasn't bad. It's just, again, it's like a footnote in the John Wick franchise. It's like, violent footnote, move on to the next actual chapter. That's what this felt like. So guys, with all that being said, I gotta go and give the movie this rating. That's right, when John Wick says, I'll kill them all, he means he'll kill them all. That's my movie review. Guys, if you enjoyed my movie review, hit the like button. If you want to share this movie review with your friends, make sure you do that by hitting the share button. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you do that by hitting the subscribe button and then the bell. That helps you get notifications instantly when something is posted to this channel. And finally, guys, if you've seen John Wick Chapter 3 or any of the John Wick movies, put a comment in the comment section down below. Let me know your thoughts about the movie or maybe the franchise as a whole. Let me know if you're looking forward to Part 4. I know I'm looking forward to Part 4, not maybe as much as I was looking to Part 3 after seeing 2. I am still looking forward to Part 4, so let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.